Welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is Count Your Blessings. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y, creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving personalization options, exclusive colors on the website, or you can blank one on Amazon Prime. So today, I woke up in a pretty bad mood. And I don't know why. I have a hint of why. But it was a rainy day. And I was thinking about the Archetype of Rain, right? The Archetype of Rain. And how in stories, in history, in the Archetype of Rain, it has this sense of watering the earth, washing away dirt, washing away sins. It has this cleansing effect, right? You can see a great analysis of this, or a great example of this, in The Lion King, right? At the end of the fight with all of the fires burning, the rain comes, and then the rain washes away the fire, it puts out the fire, and the new king, it washes away the old kingdom, and the new king arises. And, you know, it's funny because I think that allegory, that analogy, that archetype of rain being cleansing, it comes clearly from a world of agrarian society, and it comes from agrarian society at large across all of history, right? Virtually all of history up until the Industrial Revolution and post-Industrial Revolution was agrarian. So the rain was good. The rain was necessary. And the rain was a little bit like sales in the business world. I just made that connection right now as I'm thinking about that. I didn't realize that was the issue. The way that people in the past, farmers or people who generically, worked with farmers, the way that they thought of rain is the way that people in my position think of sales. You pray that it comes. You pray that they come. You put your best foot forward. You try to build a good product. You put together a good website. You do all of the things you can do. You put out advertising. And in the end, whether the rain comes or not, whether the sales come or not, is a bit of a gamble. It's a bit of an unknown. In fact, it's almost completely an unknown. And it's hard to think about it like that. Because we live in a world of data. We live in a world that's very data-driven. And so we think, okay, if I spend this many dollars, I'll get this many sales, right? We think of it in a formulaic way. And if you broadly aggregate the numbers from the data and you just go months of time frames, you'll say, okay, this many dollars made this many sales, right? And you can say, okay, that's 1-to-1, but it's not quite how it works. If you dive into the micro of that transaction, if you go down deep into the data and you go down deep into what's happening behaviorally, it happens to be that the algorithm happened to put the right ad with the right mix of photos and storytelling in front of the right person at a time when they were both willing to spend the money, able to spend the money, and interested in the product itself, interested in spending the money. They then had to go to our website, and everything had to work technically perfect for them to be able to get all the way to the checkout. They had to not give up early. They had to actually pick a product. They had to actually check out and get all the way to the end of it, and then they had to purchase it. And there's 35 steps in that process where they could have said, never mind. So to say on an aggregate level that if you spend this many in marketing dollars, you'll get this many dollars in sales is a really challenging place to be. And if you think about it, it's a little bit like if you were a farmer hearing the Farmer's Almanac say, well, the rain predictions for this year are going to be this many inches of rain. It's like, yes, but that rain has to come at the right time and in the right quantities. Too much rain all at once, and you swamp your fields. Too little rain, you have drought, and they die, right? Like, how did I not make this connection until now that farming and business like sales is like so closely tied? It's actually a pretty decent analogy. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's close. And I woke up this morning kind of in a bad mood because, well, first off, like I said, it's raining. And in the modern world where I was going with this originally when I got onto this train of thought, the modern world, because we've gotten so far away from the agrarian roots, because we don't deal with farming, we look at rain as this kind of inconvenience, this thing that makes our drive more unpleasant, or the thing that, means that we can't go outside and play outside. And, there's actual probably deeper psychological roots to saying that, well, the lack of sun is important, that plays into that and all sorts of other things. But realistically speaking, the fact that I woke up this morning in a bad mood could be attributed to the rain, but I think we haven't had very good sales the last couple of weeks. They haven't been bad to the point where I'm like concerned. That's not true. Of course they're bad to the point where I'm concerned. That's why I'm concerned, right? But my question to myself is really, is that concern valid? Is that concern justified? We borrowed this money from Shopify to make very critical capital improvements that we needed to make, and we're making them. It's slower than I'd like, of course, and the strategic plan is going a lot slower than I'd like, and that's probably not helping. And our new initiatives to bring in our marketing with our business-to-business sales and business-to-business via ASI and Abstract, that's going very slowly, which is upsetting because I was really hoping that was going to go really gangbusters early on. So all of these things are kind of contributing to my feelings about this. And I've been trying all morning to put myself manually back into a good mood. And I've been listening to music I like. I've been counting my blessings. And that's kind of what this podcast was really supposed to be about, is this idea that I'm counting my blessings, because it is true that I am living in what could pretty easily be said is the greatest time in all of human history. For the greatest number of people, by the way. It's not, there's no better time in history for people of minorities. There's no better point in time for women, right? The way that we're living now is the best time. It is. We joke about, this is the worst timeline. And that comes, that's a joke that comes from a television show called The Community. And a running gag in the joke is that one of the characters points out that by rolling this dice, because they're playing a game, by rolling this dice to who gets the pizza, they're creating a split in the multiverse. And there's different timelines. And the show kind of plays into the idea that, well, timeline that they're in is really bad. And people always talk about this being the worst timeline. And yes, it's tough. There's a lot of tough things that are happening, but living is tough. Being alive in a world is tough. The reality of life, unfortunately or fortunately, is that it is difficult. If you say purely the environment wants to kill you, that's true. Disease, illness, genetics, all of those things play into it, right? The fact that you need to constantly feed your body, clothe yourself, find shelter, drink water, all of these things, like the fact that that's continuous is difficult, requires action on your part. And I think if you get bogged down in the weight of realizing that action is necessary and will happen, and that requirement of you will be permanent forever, you will always need that. I think that can be really weighty. But I think that the only way that I've been able to successfully alter my mental state, and this has been somewhat difficult at times, including this morning, I was struggling, is to say, look, I live in the best timeline. I live in the best point in history. There isn't a better time for people. Not for small business owners, not for workers, not for anybody. This is the best time. And I'm blessed to live in the best place, in the best time of history, with arguably kingly blessings. I have a house, I have a wife, I have children, we're all healthy. I have a business that is something that I like, something that I enjoy. I have employees who are dedicated and thoughtful people who are diligent in their work and conscientious in their behavior. I have vehicles that work. I have enough food to feed myself, food I like. What more can I ask? What more should I ask? How is it appropriate? How is it okay for me to say, well, woe is me, when by virtually every standard, things are going perfectly, things are going wonderfully, And the only complaint that I really can muster, if I really dig deep, is that I don't like the fact that I'm not making more money than I'm making right now. And that's kind of a silly thing to say. Kind of a silly thing to be worried about. Because realistically, I make enough money to feed myself and my family. I make enough money to take care of my people so far. And if it's hard, but it's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. It's never supposed to be easy. You're not guaranteed easy in life. You're guaranteed adventure. And sometimes in adventure, it's hard. In fact, most of the time in adventure, it's hard. In fact, virtually every step of an adventure is hard. But it's good. So maybe I should just spend a little more time counting my blessings and realizing that you pray for rain. And the rain comes. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in Tuesday for our next topic. And don't forget to check that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get sure to get our latest podcast right away. Excuse me. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, anything else we sell, please feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at Murdy Creative Co. Or you can contact us via our Instagram and Facebook. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible, but I appreciate your patience. If you have a quick question or you want to place an order over the phone, please feel free to call us at 414-434-9001. We're available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. You can also text us at that number as well, 414-434-9001. If for whatever reason you don't get a hold of us, please do feel free to leave us a voicemail. If you're calling about an order specifically, please include the order number. It starts with S and then several digits after that. That helps us identify and figure out exactly who we're talking to and what we're talking about. If you think we deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow, both a review on the podcast app on whatever you're listening on, but also a review on the product itself. If you go to murdycreative.co/reviews, you can read all of our amazing 5-star reviews. On that page, there's a button that says, do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? Or no, the button says, leave us a good review. You click on that, it'll take you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews. On that page, there's a question, do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? You click yes, and you write your review. We love them, we read them, they make my day, they're the best. On the flip side, if for whatever reason you're unhappy with your product or anything else, please, please, please get in contact with us. There's another button on that page that says get directly in contact with us. It is deeply important to me personally that everyone has a good experience with the company and the product. If for whatever reason you are unhappy, please, please, before you leave us a bad review, reach out to us. Give us an opportunity to make things right, and we will. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising, so please do tell your friends about the company. If you want to get a little something for doing that, or you want to earn your little creative coins, be sure to check out the murdycreative.co main page. There's a little person at the top. You click on that, you log in. When you go down to the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little tab. When you click on that button, it'll open up a table, a little dialog window. When you pop that out, you'll see all of the points you've earned so far. You get 10% back on any purchase you make as in-store credit. And then there's also a shareable link. That shareable link, when you share that with your friends and family, they get $10 off their first purchase, and you get $10 in-store credit when they make that purchase. So it's a great way to share the company. It helps us and helps you. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. Leave them in the comments below on YouTube. Send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co. I'd love to talk to you more about what you are interested in talking about, so let me know. If you're looking for multiple binders, for journals, binders, journals, folios, anything we sell, accessories even, for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, we do have bulk discounts built right into our cart. It's purely based off the total cart quantity, so all you need to do is mix and match to your heart's desire, build your own custom package of custom items, put them all together, and then hit checkout. Once you hit that checkout button, it'll automatically apply the appropriate discount for your quantity, and you can check out right then and there. If you'd like to know more about what those discount levels are specifically, please do send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co. If you're looking for a custom engraved item, we have no minimum order quantities and no setup fees, just a simple flat fee, normally about $15 per item, and that is pre-bulk discount. So if you get more than that, that $15 can go down a little bit. If you want to do that, if you want to get a custom item, you can go to any major product page, any product page on our website, I should say, and be able to hit the Add Custom Logo button. It'll take you to a custom product listing, and there's an ad, and then you click on that, and it'll launch the customizer. Once you get into that customizer, you can upload logos, add text, move it around, resize it, do all sorts of great things, and then click Add to your cart. It'll automatically apply the appropriate fee, and you can check out right then and there. If for whatever reason you don't see the Add Logo button, do send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co. Please mention in the subject line something like custom order, something along those lines. Include the product that you're interested in getting customized in the email, as well as any additional information you can provide about the logo that you want. Please do include the artwork and attach that to that email. We'll be happy to create that for you and create a mock-up for you and as well as the custom order logo that you can choose to purchase. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.